What if one of the world's most influential pop stars taught us that belief doesn't need a label, and faith doesn't need a dogma? Billie Eilish doesn't define herself as religious, but her music is full of questions about God, morality, and the human soul. She doesn't preach, she reflects. Every whispering lyric, every haunting note, every pause feels like a meditation on existence. Imagine confronting your fears as a revolutionary act, letting emotional honesty replace ritual, and turning art into an altar of conscience. Billie explores guilt, redemption, and existential angst through experience, not doctrine. Her songs are not prayers, they are conversations with herself and the listener. She questions religious dogma, political absolutes, and societal expectations. To her, divinity is found not in the sky but in human actions, empathy, and courage to face one's own shadow. When she speaks of God, it feels like a dialogue with the unseen rather than an announcement of commandments. Every note asks, what does it mean to be human? What does it mean to believe? In her silence is reflection. In her darkness, clarity. Billie's philosophy is existential and personal. Life may be meaningless, but meaning can still be created. Listening to her is not just hearing music. It is a spiritual inquiry, a philosophical awakening. Her art is a guide for anyone navigating doubt and the search for truth. This is not religion. It is a journey of consciousness, inviting every listener to confront their own soul. Existentialist stance Billie Eilish's music carries a quiet philosophy amidst the chaos of modern times. The darkness, loneliness, and meaninglessness in her songs are not mere melancholy. They are confrontations with the raw truth of existence. She sings as if to say, everything may be meaningless, but I will create meaning within it. For her, music is not therapy. It is awareness. Rather than suppressing the weight of life, she steps into it, feels it, analyzes it, and transforms it into sound. That is why her voice is not just a melody. It is the spiritual scream of the modern human. Despite her young age, she is as profound as a line from Nietzsche, and as rebellious as a character from Camus. She does not deny her darkness. She transforms it into art, knowing that every suppressed emotion eventually explodes. She channels that explosion into creative energy. Her philosophy is not about hiding pain. It is about finding beauty within it. Billie is like an existential poet hidden beneath the glitter of pop music. When she says, "Sometimes I feel nothing," she expresses the most honest form of being human. True happiness, she knows, is not in fake smiles but in fully accepting oneself. Life, for her, is a cycle of constant destruction and reconstruction. In that cycle, she is both observer and architect. Every song is an inner exploration, every melody a meditation. She teaches listeners not just to think, but to feel and find meaning through feeling. Darkness is, for Billie, not to be feared, but explored. Emotional honesty is her form of activism. She transforms the weight of existence into melodies, each note an inner revolution. Billie Eilish is the philosophical artist of the modern age. Billie Eilish's philosophical stance, Billie Eilish's world, carries a quiet kind of philosophy amidst the chaos of modern times. The darkness, loneliness, and meaninglessness in her music are not mere aesthetic choices. They are confrontations with the raw truth of existence itself. When she sings, it's as if she's saying, everything might be meaningless, but I will create meaning within it. For Billie, music isn't therapy, it's awareness. She doesn't suppress the heaviness of life. She steps into it, feels it, examines it, and then turns it into sound. That's why her voice isn't just a melody. It's the spiritual scream of the modern human. Despite her young age, Billie is as profound as a line from Nietzsche and as rebellious as a character from Camus. She doesn't deny her darkness. She transforms it into art. Because she knows that every emotion we suppress eventually explodes, she channels that explosion through creation. Her philosophy isn't about hiding pain, it's about finding beauty within it. In this way, Billie Eilish is like an existential poet buried beneath the glitter of pop culture. Even when she says, "Sometimes I feel nothing," she's expressing the most honest version of being human. She knows that true happiness doesn't live in fake smiles. It exists in accepting yourself entirely. For Billie, life is a cycle where meaning is constantly destroyed and rebuilt. And in that cycle, She is both the observer and the architect, young people and their impact on daily life. Despite her young age, Billie Eilish demonstrates a unique stance on religion and philosophy. She sees faith not as a dogma, but as a journey of exploration. She looks for God not in the sky, but in the way people treat each other. Without denying her own darkness, she faces it and transforms it into art. Every song, every whispering lyric, teaches young people to question themselves, create meaning, and live with emotional honesty. To her, true courage is not conforming to others' expectations, but listening to one's inner voice. Billie's existential approach guides young people to embrace life's uncertainties and carve their own paths. Instead of clinging to religious or philosophical absolutes, she chooses to keep questioning and prioritize empathy. Her art is not just entertainment, it is a guide, a meditation, and a conscious awakening. Listeners discover both themselves and the world through her music. Billie Eilish is not just a musician. She is a thinker, a philosopher, and a spiritual guide of the modern era. Every note and every stance conveys the message. Be yourself, create your own meaning. That is why her influence is felt not only on stage, but deeply in the hearts and minds of young people. Billie quietly but profoundly encourages us to reflect on the world and the human soul. Media and societal influence. Billie's philosophy and approach to faith resonate not only in her songs, but also in media and societal perception. She demonstrates a quiet resistance against the norms imposed by popular culture and invites young people to explore their own identities. Every image she shares, every statement, and every performance penetrates the thought worlds of her fans. As young people witness Billie's honesty, they question their own emotional and ethical compasses. Her influence extends beyond music. It fosters societal awareness. In this way, Billie Eilish becomes not just an artist, but a guide, an inspiration, and a symbol of conscious awareness for her generation. In conclusion, Billie Eilish's stance on religion, philosophy, and existentialism reaches far beyond the world of pop music. Her art teaches confronting darkness, embracing emotional honesty, and creating one's own identity. Her silence resonates in the minds and hearts of young listeners. Billie is not just a pop star. She is a philosophical, spiritual, and ethical guide of the modern era. Her message is simple yet profound. Be yourself, create meaning, and find light within the darkness.